All right, hello guys, we're back. Hole number 1 here, Expert Division revisions. So I did mention that I was going to take a shot off the fairway for you guys, and I'm planning on doing that right here. We're going to still take quarterback. We're going to still use Kingmaker, and into the wind. This should be no problem. And here you see, select Expert Division. We're going to jump right in here. And let's get underway. Try to grab an opponent. Expert Division in Expert Division. This should be easier to grab an opponent, you would think, but no real success yet. If you guys didn't know about the the matching algorithm changes, if you're playing in Master Division in Expert now, you have to play against other Master players, so usually the name will spin far more because there's far fewer Master players playing in Expert than there's Expert players playing in Expert. So it'll usually up your wait times now, if you guys have noticed that. Same thing for Pro or Rookie. If you're a Master player playing in Rookie, well, Godspeed. Like, I'm sure that it's just going to be spinning for... You're probably just going to be playing replays, to be honest with you. It's probably going to be that bad. So, it really advantages you anymore to, if you want to play live opponents and actually match and get through your rounds quicker. Much better to stay in your division now. Unless you feel like playing a whole bunch of replays and having trouble matching. After a while, as soon as it seems like they've sped up the matching algorithm. If you do forfeit a bunch of times, though, they'll just give you a replay almost immediately now. So that's something nice that they started doing. But anyway, let's try to focus on this shot here and try to get. We're definitely going to try to set up our ball guide and just try to, set up just slightly long. You can see with what I'm doing with the ball guide, I'm just trying to anticipate, the amount of cut speed that I'm going to need. Aside from that, we're going to play spot on, 1 per ring. So we're going to be relatively methodical with the way that we're moving and just be very precise with the shot button here. I'm not going to use curl because of the fact that, we have this side wind, and I'm hoping that the side wind is going to get the ball straightened out, and you can see that it is starting to shoot it back towards the hole. So you're really not going to need to do too much if you put on a good ball like a Kingmaker. You could see that even though I set up my guide well right, when I actually moved the rings and played there, it shot almost right at the hole. So I did come up just a little bit short. So it's something that you guys can think about in the future. Keep your ball guide just a little bit long of the hole, but just play around with it a little bit. With keeping it, how right do you need to keep it? That's the question. So if you guys just tinker around with that, I'm sure that you guys are going to have great success on this one. As you can see, with one try, the first time ever playing this shot, I'm already 5 feet away. Just need to use that starting point and just make minor tweaks to it. So I'm pretty sure you guys are going to be able to handle that. And as far as it goes for me on which method I recommend you guys doing, it's the rough hop, in my opinion. It's going to be very easy. If you just get very methodical with your ring play, and in my opinion, that's going to be the way to do it. That's the way you're going to see me do it. So this is the only time you're going to see me play that shot off the fairway. And I'm just going to be basically, honing in the rough play if it's me. But especially if you have maybe weaker balls, there's some advantage for you to go off of the fairway there, especially if you're light on Kingmakers. You just got to... if you have to go with a navigator, you just have to keep in mind what I'm mentioning. Your wind's going to be a little bit stronger, and you're going to have to really just try to anticipate, like, how much it's going to come, back to the left, based on the strength of that wind. So good luck there. You know, let's see if I can't, you know, execute this. This is very close to a pro wind. So we are going to, if you guys are playing in pro division, this is going to be maybe a good shot to see kind of a revision off of pro, because the way that I'm playing with this with a Kingmaker is very close to how you would play this in pro with a Katana. So you are going to see me underplay the wind by about a ring, and mostly the reason for that has to do with you know, when you move the target to a lower elevation, it's not going to need to play as much rings. And that was a turd bounce. I cannot believe that just happened. So I got completely robbed there. It did not, unfortunately, did not hop up on the green as intended, and I'm sure I'm going to lose the shootout, but because of that. With that being said, you know, I'm not exactly happy with where it came off that green anyway. So if you actually see the way that I went about that shot there, I would have liked to have got my ball guide just you know, maybe 2 yards more up into the green when coming off of that. I don't like quite bringing it up on that flat. I do like to get it a little bit more up on the hill and a little bit deeper, probably about 2 yards deeper into the green, and that seems to be kind of the optimal spot. So if you guys can hone in on that, that'll be best. But, you know, at the very least, good luck with your expert tournaments, and see you guys for hole 2 coming up.